So you're still down there in Victoria, are you?
Yeah, I am. I've been chasing a ghost story here to connect with you guys out on the Darling Downs. And, yeah, I'm in Hamilton in Victoria's Western District, and there's one street here with 3 ghosts.
Oh, no. 3 of them?
Oh, look, it's crazy. I understand it's the most haunted street in Western Victoria. So, look, it starts with Rupert Greene. Now, he was an amateur jockey on Queensland country racetracks, including places like Warwick, Toowoomba and Gundawindi in the 1890s. And he once rode a horse called Count, which was actually owned by a Polish count.
Oh.
Now, he rode it first past the post in a hurdle at Longreach, but upon checking correct weights, it was found that he came up over a stone short, and so was disqualified. But it was later discovered that the scales at Longreach had been fiddled with for years. But anyway, Greene became the official starter of the Melbourne Cup in 1914, and he did the job for 40 years. He was also a keen golfer until he was beaten by a 15-year-old future Australian amateur champion, whereupon he smashed his clubs and never played again.
Wow.
He was also the grandfather of media mogul Rupert Murdoch. But what got me really interested in him is that Greene was also an expert advisor on wool and was a director of a stock and station agent here in Hamilton, where I am now. And one of the fellow directors might be a ghost here, not just one, but 3 of those houses. Now, both homes are in Kennedy Street, which I understand, like I said, is the most haunted street in the Western District. That's because down one end is Hewlett House, which is haunted by a grieving mother. The other end of the street are 2 more houses with ghostly stories, which that's what I'll tell you about now. In 1915, Mr. James Thomas Halliburn Laidlaw, or better known as Hal, married a Miss Elfwyn Crossley. Now, Hal was a member of the influential and wealthy Laidlaw family, and as a measure of their wealth, when Hal's father died, he left an estate valued at $50 million in today's money. Now, in 1925, a new company was registered called T.H. Laidlaw & Co., with its registered office in the main street here. It was a stock and station agent, and its directors included Hal Laidlaw and Rupert Murdoch's grandfather, the former Queensland country jockey, Rupert Greene. Now, Hal grew up in the substantial family home called the Kilora in Hamilton. It was built in 1871 for an influential newspaper editor, of course. Hal's mother, Margaret, died there in 1932 and is the only death recorded in the house. The home is still there today, and there's said to be a ghost in the butler's pantry. But meanwhile, at about the same time, Hal's marital home called Canawindra, and it's on the same street, just 54 seconds walk away, or fast if you know about the Clora ghost, or slower if you knew where you were going.
Yes.
You see, Hal's wife died at Canawindra at about the same time, and like his mother, 54 seconds away, she was the only death recorded there. The buildings attached to the back of the main house, you know, if anyone comes out here, they're said to be haunted. So how is the common connection between the 2 haunted houses? And so could actually be the ghost himself. You see, when all this happened, he got out of town, and he died 50 kilometres away in Glen Thompson in 1963. And that's when, after that, when the presence of ghosts in those 2 homes started to be recorded. And I've got a handwritten document from the 60s saying exactly that. Now, meanwhile, our Rupert Greene, he died in 1949 over 900 kilometres away in Forbes, New South Wales. Now, he was recognised throughout Australia as the best race starter of his time. Yes, he's Rupert Murdoch's grandfather, but I think where we are in country Queensland, he might be better remembered as the amateur jockey who was cheated by those dodgy scales in Longreach.
It's an interesting tale, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of mystery, and Rupert Murdoch, he bobs up there every now and again, always. So you can't resist checking out a story like that, can you?
No, you can't. And, of course, we'll be able to read this story when you put it up there on your website.
That's right. Well, you can go to all the socials to find history out there, and that they take you to the website historyouthere.com.au. historyoutthere.com.
Exactly. And, of course, if anyone's got a ghostly story or a historical story anywhere across the Downs, you'd love to hear from them too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's right. Look, I've been on assignment down in country Victoria, but I'm heading up back up home, and I'll be out in the Downs in southeast Queensland pretty soon.
Fantastic, mate. Well, of course, people can touch base with you through the website, historyoutthere.com. Always good to chat to you, and you have a safe trip home.
See you soon.
There we go, Harold Peacock, and jump onto the website, historyoutthere.com, and you'll be able to read that story and many others.